All right. So, hi, good afternoon, Ryan. Welcome to our class, LMS BAP AT2A. All right. So, before we formally start with the discussion, can I ask, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right. That sounds nice. Can you tell me what's the weather like in your city right now?
It's sunny.
Sunny. And
Now it's sunny.
how about the temperature?
About
Is it
34.
all right? How about
Yes,
okay?
very
So,
hot. Very hot.
all right, so it's hot and sunny. All right, good. So take note. What did I told you? Whenever you are telling something about the temperature, you could also say it by simply stating using adjectives, using words too. Hot, cool, warm. Okay,
Very hot.
very hot. The same in Philippines. Very hot and sunny. Or you could say it's scorching. When you say scorching, it means very hot. Okay. Anyway, to continue what we've got from our welcome unit from the book that we are discussing together, let's have this one on. So we are going. All we have to do is to continue. The welcome unit summarize all the topic that we discussed from the previous book. This is like some sort of a pretest to check
Mhm.
if you understand everything about the previous book. So in here, all you have to do is to analyze the image and then tell me what is the appropriate phrase to use. There isn't, there are, there aren't, based on the diagram of these two teenagers on the photo. Let's talk about Sarah. In
In
Sarah's
Sarah's perfect pet bedroom, there is a big bed. There are a lot of posters on the wall, too. There is a closet and mirror, but um, there isn't a chair, and there aren't any shelves.
okay, that is aren't. Typo, shelves. That is the plural form of shelf. All right, good. Next photo.
In Frank's perfect living room, there is a big TV. There are sofas too, but there, there aren't any armchairs. There are shelves for games and DVDs, but there isn't a table.
All right, good. So as you can see, by means of describing something, we should also be familiar with embracing a lot of adjectives. Think too, right? So that it will enhance on how you make description or when you are describing something using the English language. Now, Ryan, in here it summarized some of the topics we learned from rooms in a house and some things and furnitures that we can found in there. How about you, Ryan? What part of your house you want to talk about, and what are the things that I can found there?
Um,
What part of your house you want to talk about, by the way?
I want to talk about the bedroom.
Your bedroom too, all right? So let's start in here. So in my perfect bedroom, we could follow the pattern, or you could not just use the word perfect. We could say in my modern. You could use the word modern. What can I find in your bedroom?
In my bedroom, there is a big cushion.
There is a big
Cushion.
cushion. Mm.
Yes, there. um, there are a lot of poster on the walls too.
There, all right. There are a lot of posters.
Um, There is a closet and cupboard, but there isn't a table.
There isn't a closet and a
Cupboard,
but
but there isn't a table.
there isn't a table. All right. So, how about with this one? How can you describe your bedroom? What adjective can you use to describe your bedroom?
Mm,
In my clean, in my tidy, in my beautiful, in my cool,
I think
modern. How can you describe your bedroom? You could also describe the color. You could also tell the color, the size.
but my bedroom is so messy.
So you can describe it as a messy bedroom. Is that what you want? And what adjective?
In my white bedroom.
All right, that's it. Because by simply describing the color, it's also what can you do in here? Is this? I think this is your favorite room, right?
Yes.
All right. You could say this is also my favorite spot.
Room.
When you say spot, it's like a place. Favorite spot in our house. Because, all right, I sleep with my,
Younger brother.
all right. I can do a lot of stuff in here. I sleep with my younger brother, Zung. What are the things that you do together? Do you watch television together? Do you study together?
We study together.
All right. It is the place where we do. And what else?
And
Do you play video games together? Watch television? Play
let's
computer
play
games?
together.
Sorry, say it again.
Play video game together.
All right. It is the place where we do our homeworks and play video games together. All right. Okay. Talk about this one. Can you please read the simple paragraph that you've made?
In my white bedroom, there is a big cushion. There are a lot of posters too. There is a closet and a cupboard, but there isn't a table. This is also my favorite spot in our house because I can do a lot of stuff in here. I sleep with my younger brother, Zung. It is the place where we do our homeworks and play video games together.
Perfect. This one, I just want you to pronounce this one again. This one is stuff. Stuff. It's
Stop.
like a lot of stuff, a lot of activities, a lot of things. All right. Good job. All right. So with this one, how about with this one? As you can see, we were also able to tackle the demonstratives, right? Demonstratives in here, it talks about a certain distance of something. This is very easy, right? Do you still remember our explanation in demonstrative? This, all right? This is for something that is mut, right? And gan,
Yes.
near and only one. That is for something sa, far.
For one.
Okay. And then what is the opposite? We have these are and those are. Okay. Let's analyze that by simply analyzing the image that we have. By the way, I apologize if the image it's quite blurry. I just get it from our book and paste it in a PowerPoint. With this one, complete the sentence with that, these, or those. These are my parents, Sally and Michael. Number one.
This is my dog, Percy. That is my house.
All right.
Um, those boys are my brothers.
All right, very simple, right? So also in the previous lesson or in the previous course, we also talk about simple present form. In here, as we know, the action is happening at the present moment, and commonly it talks about something that is related into our routine, okay? Or something that is related into a habitual action. All right. So in here, I have a diagram or a chart about Amy, Tom, Mia, and Leo. All you have to do is to make a question, yes or no question form, and then you need to correct the information. Amy get up 6:30. You make a question. Does Amy get up at 6:30? No, she doesn't. You correct the sentence. She gets up at 7:30. Number 1.
Do you have lunch at 1:30, Tom? Um, no, I don't. I have lunch at 1:15.
All right. Number 2.
Do Amy and Mia like play basketball? Um,
Amy,
but
and Mia.
no, they don't. They like play. They like track and field.
Are you familiar? Do you still remember track and field? Running. Okay, track and field.
Yes.
How about number 3?
Do you and Tom play baseball, Leo? Um, no, we no, we don't. We play basketball.
All right. Number 4.
Does Leo go to bed early? No, he doesn't. He go to bed late.
All right. Good. Impressive. Now, how about with this one? All right. So you got it all with this one. How about this? Complete the blog post. All right. With the correct form of the verbs in the parentheses. If you could still remember, teacher was able to explain to you what's the difference between. Can you explain it again, Ryan? What's the difference between blog and vlog? What's the
Um,
difference? When we say blog, what's the difference with this one?
when we say blog, well, we are writing about a document or something like um,
Something that's in the form of writing, all right, or a
uh,
document that's could be right, or anything that is related into articles, stories like that. Okay? But how about vlog? Vlog, on the other hand, refers to, oh, you have a clue there.
um,
Refers to,
a video. A vlog is often shortened is from a blog in which the medium is video.
yes, video, and this is through writing. Okay, so in here, both of them are posted online. Both of the purpose is to entertain, to inform. The only thing that makes them different is, you are right, the medium and how it is presented. A blog could be a document or article. Vlog is in video. Please talk about my friend Alana right here.
Hi, my name is Alana. I live in
Detroit.
Detroit,
Detroit. Silent T. Detroit, Michigan.
Michigan. I go to Roosevelt Junior High School. I get up at 7 a.m. I have breakfast with my family. My sister goes to school too. She plays the violin. I don't like the music lesson. PE is my grade. Um, School starts at 8:45 and it finished at 3 p.m.
You are referring to the school itself. Is it finished? You have it in there. So what's gonna be our verb? It
Finish,
and it
finish, finish,
finish
finishing.
finishes at 3 p.m.
3 a.m. I get home at around 3:30 p.m. I usually watch TV for an hour and then I do my homework. Dad gets home from work at 6:30 p.m. and then we have dinner. My sister and I don't go out on school nights. After dinner, I listen to music or I chat with my friends on the internet. I go to bed at 10:30.
As you can see, what we had right here is simply Alana was able to describe what is her daily routine as a high school student in junior high school. All right. So in here, as you can see, you got it all correct. The only thing, basic pattern that we remember if we are using the personal pronoun I, all right, no S or ES with the verb. Third
Yes.
person singular, he or she, we add S or ES to the verb. How about if I ask you, as a high school student, Ryan, what is your daily routine? You could also make use of some of the adverbs of frequency. Usually, sometimes, never, all right, rarely, to indicate how often a certain action is being done. All right. Talk about your daily routine. McLean, Ryan, microphone, please. Are you okay?
Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right.
Hi, my name's Ryan. I live in Vinga City, Vingfu Province. I go to Limbao Secondary School. I get up at 6:30 a.m. I have breakfast with my family. My brother goes to school too. He plays basketball. I don't like music lesson, but math is great. School starts at 7 a.m. and it finishes at 4, 4, 4:10 p.m. I get home at around 4:30 p.m. I usually watch TV for half an hour and then I do my homework. Dad gets home from work at 6:30 p.m. and then we have dinner. My brother and I don't go out on school nights. After dinner, I do after dinner I watch TV or I listening to music. I go to bed at 10:30 p.m.
All right. Or I listen, not listening. I listen to the music. Okay, perfect. That's a good one. How about with this one? Where this one, let's see comprehension test on what you've read. Write questions about Alana, then answer the question. Where does she live? She lives in Detroit, Michigan. Make a question number 1.
Where does she go to school?
Mm.
She go to Roosevelt Junior
Roosevelt.
High School.
Roosevelt.
Roos,
Velt.
Roosevelt
Yeah, junior high
Junior
school.
High School.
Number 2.
Who does she have breakfast with? She have breakfast with family.
With her family. All right,
Her
good.
family. What does her sister play? Her sister play violin.
Plays the violin. Good. Number 4.
What time does her school start? Her school starts at 8:45 a.m.
All right. Or by simply, you could just simply, since we are referring to the school, you could use or make use of the pronoun it to describe the school. How about number 5?
What does he do? What does he do before dinner? She she what she watch TV and do her homework.
She, you're using
Da, da,
she.
da, da, da.
She
Then
watches.
that watches TV and then she does her homework.
Number 6.
What do Alana and her friends do after dinner? Alana and her friends chat uh, chat together in internet.
Okay. All right. So let's see with that one. Okay, they chat on the internet. So good. So also with this one, if you're going to analyze fully the question pattern that we have, we were also able to tackle this one. All right, for the from the previous scores, we call them the WH question. Can Ryan explain, Miss Cha, why do we call them WH questions? What's the
Because
meaning? Mm,
uh,
because what's the reason? Why do we call them WH question?
um,
It is simply because. What's the reason,
because
Ryan?
um,
It is simply because they start at,
because at the last of the question it has WH
yeah, the beginning, not the last, the beginning of
at
the
the beginning of
question. Yes, the beginning of the question, they start in WH, right? The only thing what makes them very popular as well, Ryan, the WH questions, they are very important in the English language. If you could still remember way back when you are in elementary or elementary level on your younger days, maybe you are the age with Zong. At school, the teacher will always present a short story, and then the teacher will say who, what, where, when, why. So those are the 5 basic comprehension question in English. They are very important to know because it showcase comprehension. Why? Because the WH question, they are very general. They are specific questions. They are not answerable by yes or no, right? When someone asks you, who is your mother? You don't say no, right? Instead, you introduce that certain person, a name of person. Her name is Mrs., right? So that is what makes them very important. This is also this will also help you not to make your own question, but also to understand a simple question, right? It is also important to be familiar with it so that when you ask question to somebody, you know what to expect. All right. Ryan, can you explain when do we use who? When do we use who, Ryan?
we use who the, for for human
All right. Or specifically, if we are referring to a certain.
uh, person people as the subject.
All right, as the subject. All right. Oh, can you make your own question?
Who is your mom?
Who is your mom? Okay. Oh, you could say, who is your mom? All right. So, how about where? When do we use where?
Where is the place or
It refers to.
refer to a certain place, lo- location or position.
Good. Can you make a question?
Where is your house?
Where, or you could simply say,
Live.
where do you live? Good. How about when?
When we use for time.
All right. We use it referring to a certain time, moment, or
Or
celeb.
celebration.
All right. Can you make a question?
Um, when do you get up?
All right. When do you get up? All right. Or you could also say, what time do you get up? That is also okay. The popular one that we always have is, when is your birthday? When is that celebrated? All right. So when is that, all right, or when is that celebrate by Vietnamese people? All right, because we are certain, or we are asking for a certain celebration, a holiday. All right. How about if teacher asks you about the use of what?
Um, what we use for thing from
We use this for three things, three important things.
yes
We,
and person thing
thing or object. Is it a person? Are you sure?
uh,
Personal,
personal
information,
information
and
and action
act.
activity.
Yes, activity. What is your brother doing right now, right? A certain action, a thing or object. What is this? How can you make a question using what, referring into some personal information? Personal information, ideas. All right. What is
Um,
personal information?
uh,
For example,
um,
mm,
hmm,
what is a personal information question?
um,
Personal information, it is something that we don't share to many, meaning we just use this with specific purpose. It's like private information about yourself. Like for example, you don't simply give your email address, your full name, your phone number to someone unless it has a
where
purpose. Mm.
um, what is your name?
What is your name, right? Or what is your full name, right? We don't just simply say that to someone. All right. Those are from the word, Ryan, from the word itself, it says personal. It means something that is private. It's just about you, your birthday details or information about you. All right. Next. How about Ryan? When do we use the question word? Oh, this is very easy. When do we use the question word? How old? How old?
Mm, mm,
Mm. We use this if we are asking for someone's.
one of age.
Yes, to talk about someone's age. And again, when you talk about the age, you can describe them, or you could just tell it directly by simply telling the digits or the number. My mother is 30 years old. All right, you could say, or you could say this in describing them using adjectives. My mother is, all right, my mother is young. All right. My grandfather is old. Okay, you can also describe them by putting them into the stages of their life: teenager, kid, all right, elderly, all right. Now, how about this? When do we use why? Micklin, we use why if we are, we use why if we are seeking for a, what do you think? About a reason or explanations. Can you give me an example? Microphone, please. I think you turn off your microphone.
Um, um,
Why?
why did you call me?
All right. Why did you call me? I'm seeking for an answer. Why did you call me? What's the reason? Because I miss you. I want to hear your voice. So there's always be a certain reason. Why are you late? I got trapped on a traffic jam. Why are you sick? Uh, I got soaked in the rain last night. So there's always gonna be a certain reason or explanation about something. How about if I ask you, when do we use which, Ryan? Which?
We use which to ask about a choice.
Yes, very good. Good job. If we are seeking for a certain choice or an option, make a question.
Which is your favorite music?
All right. Which is your favorite genre of music? Okay, good job. Which is your favorite cuisine? Japanese cuisine or Vietnamese cuisine? Meaning what type of food do you like, right? Good. Anything that is related by a certain choice or option, we use which. How about whose? Whose?
We use whose to ask about possession.
Possession, good. Possession of something or anything that is relating into ownership. How can you make a question?
Uh, whose car did you borrow?
Whose car? Or you could just simply say, whose car is it? All right. Or anything that is related into a certain possession or a certain thing owned by someone. All right. Now that you just mentioned possession, how about with this one, Ryan? I want you to have a look with the two examples that I'm going to show you, and then I want you to tell me what makes them different. Okay. Are you familiar with apostrophe S in English? Okay. In English, apostrophe S is very common. All right. To tell you exactly, as what I told you before, apostrophe S, this is very common in British English. All right? Because when we say apostrophe S, it's like their way of making the sentence shorter or making them in short form. Okay? So in here, for example, I'll be giving you two examples. What is the difference between the two, Ryan? My brother stole my brother's computer. Microphone.
One is the adjective, two is the noun.
All right. So meaning, how will you explain this one?
Uh,
Make them in long form. It will be translated as
my
my.
brother is tall.
Yes. All right. And then number two, second example.
My computer is brother.
My brother's computer.
My brother the computer is my
The
brother of
computer
my
of my.
brother.
All right. Or something that tackles that the computer owns by your brother, in possession of your brother. Very good. So in apostrophe S plus adjectives, think to, apostrophe S is the short form for is. But in here, whenever if the apostrophe S is followed by a certain noun, it indicates possession or ownership. Okay? The computer of my brother, the computer owned by my brother. Roy?
Yes.
All right. So now good. Moving into here. All right. What do we have here? Okay. So also we were able to talk about the frequency as what I've told you last time. The adverbs of frequency are right very common when we are referring into or describing into a certain routine. All right? Because it tells us how often or simply to put into words how many times a certain action is being done, right? So in here, these are the popular or the common adverbs of frequency. Can you guess the level of the following? The block dots indicate how many times. So in here, complete five always, nothing in there. It says never or zero. How about one, two, three, and four?
Okay. Um,
One is,
easily.
all right. Two,
Do is sometimes.
two is
Often. Often.
often,
Often. Three is sometimes.
and
Four is rarely.
rarely. Can you tell me a certain activity that you rarely do? What is the activity that you rarely do?
Hmm. Play video game.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a good thing if you do it rarely. Okay. How about usually? I think mommy will be happy if you play video games rarely. All right. How about usually?
And do my homework.
All right. I usually do my homework. All right. Always remember, this is very easy. You understood the simple present pattern. I observe it. You got it all
Yes.
correct. The only thing that we need to remember is where do we put the adverbs of frequency? Before or after the verb? We place them before or after the verb.
We place them before or after the verb.
All right. I'm asking you, where is it being placed? Before or after? We place them
Before.
before, all right? Before the verb. Usually clean, usually play, always clean, always study, all right? So that's the only thing you need to remember in adverbs of frequency. Can you write sentences with the following data that I have? I usually play tennis on the weekend. Mm,
Cecilia always take a bath in the evening.
all right.
Our teacher never late for class. They they rarely go out on school nights. Can can often can often get up at 8 o'clock. Look, sometimes goes to a cafe after school. We often go shopping on Fridays.
All right. So also the thing that you always remember when the topic is always grammar and analyzing the tense of the verb, automatically if you see the frequency, that is simple present because we don't use them in any forms of the verb. And also with this one, Take note, what did I always tell you? Always have a look with the time expression or signal words because it will indicate when the action, all right, is happening, will happen, or happened, right? In the evening, all right, for class on school nights at 8 o'clock, all right? So with this one, it will help you indicate so on Fridays. So meaning these are the action that is happening routinely, habitually, always happening. So meaning that is in the present form. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. So with this one, sadly, Ryan, we don't have much time. All right, for next meeting, teacher is just going to compensate regarding the 10 minutes interruption that we had. I'm sorry about my microphone. I don't know what happened a while
Okay.
ago. Maybe it's my connection. So for our next meeting, that would probably be on Friday. All right.
Okay.
Uh, Ryan, I want you don't forget about it, okay, so that we can
Okay.
compensate the 10 minutes, okay? So we'll be starting at
Okay.
3 and finish at 4 for next meeting, okay?
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
with this one, what we're going to talk about for next meeting is we are going to analyze. Do you still remember what do we call this? What do we call this one?
Daily routine.
All right. Or simply it talks about a schedule
Schedule.
schedule or simply the timetable, a timetable of a student. All right. We are going to
Yes, that's
analyze
all.
how often she does some of her school subject. For your homework, you're going also to share with me what are
Okay.
or what is your schedule, and we're going to talk about it. Roy?
Right.
All right. Thank you for patiently waiting, Ryan. So that's going to be all for this afternoon, Tambiet, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, bye,
Okay.
Ryan.
Goodbye, teacher.
See you again.